Hey everybody, Dr. Fisher here. Today I come before you to discuss maybe a little bit of the craziness of the world. And in discussing the craziness of the world has always been a crazy place. The world is a cruel, unsavory, destructive place. And uh, philosophers, Chinese medicine oftentimes refer to it as chaos. And it's really important to understand, as I referred to in Chinese medicine, that the microcosm within you is affected by the macrocosm outside of you. What that means is inside of ourselves, there there's chaos, there's order, depending on who you are. Some people like more, some people like less. Me personally, apparently, I like a level of chaos. There's comfort there. I was having a conversation with my wife the other day, for example. My children were being crazy and loud and boisterous and laughing and crazy, just totally crazy. And for me, it's very comforting for the most part. I can't be overstimulated, don't get me wrong, but uh, I was reminded of my own childhood when we have family activities where there's tons and tons of people. And for me, that's very comforting. I can go when there's craziness all around everywhere. I can go wrap myself up in a blanket in that sort of situation, like at a family reunion, lay on the couch, and it's super comfortable to the point where I can just go lay down and pass out because it's that craziness is very comfortable to me. My wife, on the other hand, not so much. She's just the opposite. So it's really important to understand who we are and be able to honor our own selves, be able to have a level of self introspection. Now, uh, we're working on and understanding yourself is a constant, and we're ever changing. But I took a personality test this last week. Uh, in the website is understandmyself.com, and I'll put a link down below here. I'll go ahead and throw it in there right now. And I took that personality test. It's based on the Big Five. And there were some things in there that were a little uncomfortable for me. And I've been working on myself for quite some time, working on awareness, working on self regulation, which I do encourage anybody who wants to go and take that test and, write something about what you found about yourself. One of the things two things, I'll give you one thing I liked and I'll give you one thing I didn't like. One thing I liked was really being able to lean into this idea and concept that I enjoy chaos, and it's comfortable for me. One thing I did not like was my socially unacceptable, my own perception, my sense of being less agreeable. So I am able to, and/or I have skills that I've acquired being a physician, where I'm able to interact with people and have a good relationship with people, be straightforward. But my core personality, if you didn't know it, outside of a professional sense, apparently I'm a little on the grumpy side, right? I'm not easily swayed. I'm a little skeptical, which is interesting based on what I do. And I feel like that's a really important. And honestly, when I took that test, I'll be real honest with you. I did it. I had about a week and a half spiral straight into depression because again, it's like, oh my gosh, am I really kind of that cranky? And it sent me into, I mean, not into a happy place. Let's just say that. And so, from that perspective, though, as I've leaned into that a little bit, right? It's not 100%. The test is not 100%. So don't get me wrong. But really starting to work on honoring that about myself and recognizing that allows me to go inside. Again, in this time of chaos, we have to do whatever we can. If you want to take control of your own health, you got to be able to go inside and know what's going on. And so for me, that has given me the ability to go inside and work on getting right with myself. And so This is a really important piece for any of you who are working on finding health, finding balance for yourself. Please take the time to do a little self reflection, whether that be automatic writing. That's one of my favorites. I do it on the computer. It's not quite as effective as actually writing. But I challenge each one of you this week, today, this week, to take some time and do a little self-reflection, whether it be going and taking that test, the Big Five test, which I highly recommend. It was very enlightening. It will allow you to better understand yourself and work through and find peace within inside yourself, because the chaos of this world is not going away uh, just because change of hands, different people who are involved. Now, it may go up and down a little bit, but in a general sense, that's just the way that the world is. And so that's what I leave you with today. If you're feeling a little chaotic, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, if you are feeling a little anxious, or you're overly ecstatic, regardless where you're at, understand it's really important to know yourself. So, this is my tip for the day. Take a little time to get to know yourself, and that will empower you to take control of your health. This is Dr. Fisher signing out. Oh, and remember to leave a comment. Tell me what you do to get to know yourself and what works for you. All right, Dr. Fisher signing out.